Welcome, lads and lasses, to Dan Ventures Out. Today we are at Darwin's Military Museum, checking out some of the amazing history from World War II and the surrounding eras. There are guns from various battlefields, heaps of military vehicles, old artifacts, equipment and clothes, and a heap of information to learn. Join me for this peek into Australian military history, and just a sneaky reminder to subscribe if you like what you see here. Now let's get to it. Got ourselves a World War II gun here. Some shells. I believe this is a World War II military museum. Oh yeah, got the prices here. 20 a ticket. Nice. Big old drugstores with all the military equipment. Saddle. Glass. Just ahead we have some of the military attire too. Apparently that is the type and size of bomb the Japanese use on the harbours around Australia. Got some more fellas in there, trench coats and here we got a dress jacket. This one was worn from 1937 to 1946. Apparently that's what it looks like.
Threatened to cripple the country both financially and militarily. All hope of a diplomatic solution was lost when Japan launched a surprise attack on the US naval port at Pearl Harbor. Eventually, the Japanese were forced back to their homeland. After rejecting the Allies' proposed terms of surrender, the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were devastated by atomic bombs.
All the different information about the Japanese expansion before the atomic bomb dropped. All the different time periods there and how Japan was trying to expand and take over parts of the world and stuff, and then it says about, how they got pushed back and then they surrendered in 1945. There's gas masks. Gas marks from World War II.
Huge flight of bombers overhead, bound for Darwin.
Nah, it's probably nothing. It's just the Yanks going back.
That's a Japanese drop tank. It holds fuel until they don't need it and then they send it. Like a 4-inch shell. Got a compass. A water-cooled Browning. Another Browning here. 50 cal guns. Pretty cool.
I have not seen so many planes, nor heard the roar of overriding a number of tornadoes approaching. The sound of the 4 guns firing in unison was a shock to all.
So we're saying here that the bombs that fell on 19th of February 1942 claimed the lives of 250 people. Tell us all about it. Go on. So this flag here is a good luck flag they were given to Japanese personnel and servicemen from their families and communities for good luck messages all around the outfields. And over here there's some paper cranes that actually roughly look like the Japanese flag. Oh no, it's a love heart. It's a love heart. Pretty good. Pretty interesting. A lot of cool things in the museum here. Obviously centered around Darwin's involvement, but there's a lot of information about the Japanese here as well as the US. Very interesting. Little stuffies and coasters and the like, as you'd normally see. And they got some helmets here too. This one, that one's got holes in it. I don't know if that's a good thing. Amphibious vehicle here, called the Buffalo. It's an Australian design, sold to the US for manufacture. They have anti-aircraft guns. With the anti-aircraft gun, apparently it's a 40 mil. That's a big gun. MP5, the Thompson, the AK, M1 there. Pretty damn cool. A naval sword here. Pistols over here. 1181 Colt, Desert Eagle. That is cool. Guns and weapons. They've got like a Taurus here. The Nimbu pistol there, which I know of. Got a bugle. Another one of those Japanese flags. Tank or aircraft guns, they're massive. They're like 2 meters long. A display of all the boats and ships and planes and the like. Oh, over here we've got the Sten. Got the Sten sub here. Oh boys, we can't miss out this one. The Russian PPSH up there. We all know it's the only gun you use for killing zombies. They got one here with the drummatic too. They got heaps of cool guns here. The M72 rocket launcher, the Orishka. Any of you boys remember from COD 5? The Orishka was one of the good ones. And they had over here as well the Enfields, single shot Enfields here. AR-15. Very similar to the M16 and M4 carbine as well. And this poster here has got the information of how much you got paid per day back in the day. So the Lieutenant Sergeant Corporal and Private, obviously going down the list, the lowest being 5 shillings. And then it's also got here how much your widows get paid if you die. £52 a year.
Oh, you can actually draw them.
Yeah.
Pretty heavy.
Mm.
You have to have some good muscles to hold on to this all the time.
Yeah, you'd be trying to find something to rest it on.
To rest it on, yeah. Oh, it's pretty cool. That's cool.
You slide that along and then drop it back down, and that gives you your distance.
Yeah. Well, I've got a little set here of what trench warfare may have been like in terms of width. With the little binoculars up there. You've got your bed down there. But it specifically says that it wouldn't be made of wood, it would be made of like dirt and stuff like that. And the dugouts would be carved into the dirt. So you'd carve out the dirt and put your bed inside that. And that's where you slept, inside the dirt. Just a bunch of cool artifacts all throughout these museums. There's like the main museum, and then you've got a little like video thing to watch for like 10 minutes, and then outside, out the back, you've got like military buildings, old military buildings that are now outfitted with museums. The medals, flags, helmets, all sorts of stuff. In this room they have all of the communication equipment here. So all looking, I'm going to call it a typewriter even if it's not. Morse code devices down here. A radio transmitter over there. All the women's uniforms set up here. And some big lamps. There's some guns on the front of the ball turret. And we've got this little truck here. Ferret truck. Scout car. Have a cool car. Missile firing armoured car, which I think we can get into. Not very big inside. Whack me head on something, but pretty cool. 3.7 inch anti-aircraft gun. Look at this thing. That's a big boy. There's a bunch of other ones too. So we've got a little quick firing ones here. We've got another field gun here. Pretty cool. Look at that for a gun. That's where you put the gun in. These are warship guns. That's massive. Two other little vehicles here. This one's got a little cannon through the front of the glass here. But this is my big one here, that's crazy. That's a big boy. That's got like a 5-6 meter barrel. So here are the shells. This fella. That bad boy's longer than my arm. Here we got something fancy. We got a gun. A monster gun. Oh, that's big. It just says here that the approximate range of this big cannon is about 15 miles. But yeah, very far out to sea. So the radius is this blue one here for the gun that we're at, which I think is this one or this one. Not exactly sure, one of those two. Boy, they got the old juggernaut suits in here. Yo, look at those. That's some thick armor. Look at the size of the shells they use. Mate, they're huge. They've got them set up here as well on the little trolley. That's the size. Wow, wee wah. Even underneath the gun encampment here with that huge gun. They have museums in the lower levels here that you can just walk through and have a look. They've got little figurines set up. Old artifacts. It's all really cool and all really old and has that musty smell to it. But it's still cool to see all the old artifacts and stuff. Yeah. This stuff's from the Vietnam War apparently. It's like the outfits and stuff here. Helmets and guns and boots. They're all from the Vietnam War. They've got an M60 there. Cool. Have a look inside. Have a look at the front. It's got one of these lift the flap things. What do you think this is? I'll give you a second to answer. It's a potato peeler. An automated potato peeler from World War II. I wonder why they needed so many taters. So here's one of their spotlights that has the glass and globe removed. We've got a big old tank. How's that for a tanky? There we go. The 1953 tank. This one is called the Iron Cathedral, used in 1942. Oh, and we can see inside this one. Cool, there's the shelves, the seat. That is cool. Aha, I finally found them. The mortars. There's a little, I mean, relatively little one here. Though it's about, yeah, a bit over waist height. And this one here is pretty much the same height as me. I guess this is a replica of the workshop that all the machines would have been repaired at. On the headland here, the point, I'm going to call it, of Darwin's military museum here. They've got a whole bunch of old buildings, all of which are being decommissioned and just stand as the buildings now. But we've got like this gun turret spot here. We had a gun store back there. Further still is the gun encampment where they had the big gun like we saw in the museum. They've got the view of the open ocean here, where they would be able to see all of the, well, maybe not all, but some of the enemy ships and planes and that kind of thing.
When you come up last time, how high up do you go just to the Daintree?
Well, we're pretty much done with the museum here. Pretty good, I quite enjoyed it. Took us a good 2 hours just to look at the museum. First part where you just walk in, and then all the other displays as well after that. That was a really cool experience. Really enjoyed it. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me on this little adventure. I hope you learned something new about Australian history, and leave a like, comment and subscribe to see more from me at Dan Ventures Out.